Welcome, my fellow Geminis. This is your February 2024 Tarot reading. This is going to be for Gemini Sun, Gemini Moon, which I have, Gemini Rising or Ascendant. You could certainly have planets in a sign of Gemini. I have to just say real quickly, my daughter, who has a channel, Jenny Love Tarot, she did my birth chart. I don't know why I waited, but she did my birth chart, and boy, I have a lot more Gemini in my chart than I thought. But it makes sense. I can feel that part of me. So, anyways, some of you are intuitively guided to the reading. Welcome. Some of you are here just checking up on a Gemini. I do read through my spirit guides. The cards are really the tools that just ignite my intuition, or my ignition. I forget why I was saying, oh, and that's why a lot of people are intuitively guided, or let's say you're here again checking up on a Gemini. Well, your guides know that, so be open to receiving messages yourself. Definitely use your intuition. I'm going to take Sarah. Sarah left me a comment that she missed our Tibetan singing bowl, which I left at my daughter's, who's in Rhode Island. Um, I'm in PA, so I'm going to try to get that back. Not that she's holding it hostage. I just haven't sent for it yet. Anyway, let's go ahead and do that though. Let's go ahead and just take a couple deep breaths so we can just let go of any angst or what we think must be and just allow whatever wants to be to be. So just inhale the light and exhale the dark. Inhale and exhale. All right. I don't know. That always makes me feel better. Um, Good way to clear the mind also. So let's get into your reading, Gemini. We're going to use three different decks. Of course going to use Mother Mary for her words of wisdom. We're going to use the Gilded Tarot to go deeper in your reading. And then we are going to use the Cozy Witch Tarot for your main spread. Okay? That's a new deck I bought that I used in your for love readings. I did each sign like their current feelings for you now. Um, so I used them in that, and now I'm using them in February's readings. And the more I use them, the more I love them. So that's why I'm using them often. So we really get to know them. I still have yet to see all the cards. Um, I like to see them when you see them. Anyways, let's get into your reading. Someone put a timestamp like her reading begins, and it was like the 7 minute mark. But honestly, I feel like the reading begins the minute I hit start. Okay, let's go ahead and give them a cut. We're definitely going to take this, but I do want to give it a shuffle or two, see if anything else wants to come out for you. And for us, I feel like I still receive messages, even though I've been doing this for, oh my gosh, I don't even know how long. 15 years? 20 years? Okay. All right. Patience. Patience. Well, us Geminis don't have a whole lot of patience, but sometimes it is called for. This is about trusting in divine timing. It reminds me of temperance. All good things are worth waiting for. But in the same time, I don't want you to wait. Like, I don't feel like it's about waiting. Like, I'm not waiting for someone to decide if they want me or not. I don't feel it's that type of energy. I feel like this is just about manifesting certain dreams. And, they come to fruition when they come to fruition. Like, what's meant to be will be. It's kind of what I'm picking up with this card. And then we have caring. Caring. Heaven cares for me, and I keep my heart open to caring about myself, others, and the world. Don't forget about caring about yourself, others, and the world. Okay, so patience and caring. And we'll read it at the end from the book. It's just where I feel like the words are most profound. Let's go ahead and start the main spread. Again, we're going to use the Cozy Witch. I don't know why I keep saying to witch. Again, pre-shuffled. So I do like to shuffle again with you here. One more shuffle, I feel like. One more. All right, that felt good. Just give them a cut. And we are going to shuffle for your cards. By the way, your 2024 is already done. And I did break it down into seasons, like I did January, February, and March. And then probably around late February, I'll do your spring and then your summer and so on and so forth. And I did that because I just felt like giving you the whole year right off the bat almost feels like too much. So I know some appreciate it and I know some don't. Excuse me. All right, let's begin. Actually, let me bring the lid down a little bit for you. There we go. Gemini, February. Remember, time is fluid. And I say that because sometimes you come across a reading that can be years old, but everything just feels right. I feel like you just want to trust. I almost hate putting timestamps on them, because I feel like you see February and you think, okay, well, then that means it's too late or what have you. But again, I want you to trust in your guides. Okay, let's see what we have. Well, the patient witch. So doing exactly what Mother Mary is asking for. See what it says. Learn to get comfortable with sitting still whenever necessary. Patient witch. So I feel like right off the bat, like we're paying attention to Mother Mary's energy. So I feel like if Mother Mary was trying to reach us, therefore she does. Okay. We have the Seven of Cups, and then we have the Four of Swords. So this is about healing in the Four of Swords. What's it say? Why aren't you resting? Because I got work to do. That's why. So interesting. I feel like part of what's going on here for you, Gemini, is something is healing, right? There must have been, I feel like part of the patience was so that you could heal us, maybe a certain situation. And I do feel like, the Seven of Cups there, chances are you're thinking, interesting because I feel like here she is laying on her bed and I feel like she is thinking, she's daydreaming, what is what I want to bring about. But the healing part of this situation feels very important. So sometimes I don't want to rush. Seven of Cups says, not every great option you're given will be a great option for you. Well, that can throw confusion in the mix, and the Seven of Cups can certainly talk about confusion. It can be chaotic energy. It could certainly mean something like, okay, I've been patient, and then bam, something shows up. But I feel like your healing of past situations, I do feel it was important. She's sitting on her front porch, so I feel like she's getting grounded also. Like she's enjoying nature. She's kind of quieting her mind. Maybe I need a quiet mind to really, if I'm making a decision within the Seven of Cups, coming at it with a very quiet mind, almost like, I feel like you'll be guided. Seven of Cups could certainly talk about, because, we're so new in the year, it could certainly talk about like 2023 where, listen, maybe that's where you were really healing and finding understanding. You know, because I feel like with the healing, I'm really understanding a situation at the same time. Oh, okay. We have the Eight of Cups. If your life feels stale, explore some new scenery. I like that. Eight of Cups. So we go from the seven to the Eight of Cups. I feel like someone's made a decision. You know, Eight of Cups to me, well, first of all, I want to say I do feel like it's talking about last year, 2023, decisions that maybe you wanted to make or you needed to make. I feel like you did have to heal something, you know, something, and it probably was of an emotional nature. But I feel like ultimately you find the clarity you need to then, you know, first of all, patience. And now the Eight of Cups has us moving, but has us moving forward. We have the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles. When life gets chaotic, find a way to get grounded and balanced. Well, that's what you're doing. You know, and also, I feel like that's what you're doing here too. You're becoming grounded, right? You're grounding yourself maybe within nature. You know, I feel like this is where maybe I can really think the best. You know, it's where my mind feels clear, like when I'm on my own, like in nature. It doesn't have to be nature because, you know, this person is lying on her bed, right? But I don't feel like she's doing nothing. Like she's thinking, she's daydreaming, all that can be, all that can be. But I can understand why the healing, you know, healing a situation is important. And I say that because, again, we have the eight, and the eight certainly represents 2024. You know, the eight has so many beautiful messages. You know, it's about a new beginning. And it may be a new beginning after some struggle. Again, I feel like there's some emotional um, issues that maybe had to be dealt with or healed or let go of. You know, I often feel in the Eight of Cups, this person is moving into singular energy, moving into the Nine of Cups. It's really about finding that inner harmony. But I do feel like this is movement after a period of time where it was important maybe not to move. So the Two of Pentacles. I often feel in the Two of Pentacles, I'm really using my logical mind. They call it the juggler's card, and it can mean like I have a lot of balls in the air, I have a lot going on, but something is, unsatisfactory for you. So there is some type of change that you want to make. And, again, I feel like, because with patience, right, for Mother Mary, again, think of it as temperance, divine timing. Divine timing to me means that I'll receive the signs, the epiphanies. I'll know within my heart when it's the right time, when it's the right time to make a move. And I do feel like you are making some type of a move after a period of stillness almost. All right, let's keep going. Where are you going, Gemini? Where are you going? I see the stars outside her door. So I'm hoping you're chasing a dream. We have the Hermit, card of Virgo. Let's see what it says here. There are some things that must be done on your own. There are some things that must be done on your own. Maybe that's why I felt in the Eight of Cups a little bit of singular type energy. Then you go into a nine. So, how interesting you have the hermit wrapped around these questions. Like what cup do I choose? Should I make this change? And again, I feel like once you feel grounded, and because I feel like once that happens, then you're ready to make this change, make this move. I do feel like this nine, again, could certainly be speaking about 2023, like where you had to go into solitude. You really had to ask yourself those deep questions. What is it that I want? What will satisfy my soul? What is my soul here for? The very spiritual type energy. But it's based on the earth at the same time, if that makes sense. I feel like time has not been wasted. I feel like why you've been patient or even why you've been healing. Again, I feel like you're understanding like energy, let's just say more and more and more. And I feel like because you went through the energy of the hermit, the hermit can speak of solitude. Um, but I feel like that's just for a period of time. When you think of a nine, it's a cycle. And the nine to me is the final reflection so that I can move on to whatever is next. This means that you've also, I feel like you're living more and more within your spiritual self. You're understanding your spiritual self. Well, that can only benefit you. All right. We have temperance. So temperance made its way out. Let go of self-imposed limitations. Self-imposed limitations. Fine timing. Coming under the four swords. Also sitting next to the hermit. I feel like this reflection has really benefited you. I almost feel like, in a way, I feel like, it feels like you're a different person. Or let me put it a different way. I feel you feel more whole than you have maybe in a while. And then, well, hello, Nine of Pentacles. Beautiful. Your two cards of Virgo, by the way. And I am a Virgo sun, and we share Mercury. Nine of Pentacles, what's to say here? Pause and savor the results of your success. So, the Nine of Pentacles, I've been seeing that a lot. And it only makes sense because a universal year eight really is about your material world and, no excuses for wanting to build it up, to be all I can be in it. This is successful self employment. That is the meaning of the card. It doesn't have to be self employment, but what it is about your hard work and you being the benefactor of that hard work. Some of you, and I already know this, like a lot of you have spiritual type businesses. And when I say that, I feel all kinds, like I feel nurses and doctors, I feel healers, those who do acupuncture, Reiki. I feel all different kinds of energy. Some of you, you may have lost a job last year or something changed and maybe you're moving in a new direction and it just feels right. It feels right, but I do feel like you had to trust yourself. You did have to trust yourself here. And again, I feel like you're letting go of some type of an emotional situation. And it feels like it serves you well. I mean, eight to the nine. Eight as above, so below, no beginning, no end. This makes me feel like you're doing something that is just innate. It just innately feels like you'll just feel that it's right. whether you've already started on this journey, which I know a lot of you have, or you're thinking of doing this, there will never be, well, I keep saying that. I just feel like a universal year 8 is really the best time to think about your finances, your career, what it is you want to do in the world, and then taking some chances. All right, let's keep going. You got divine on your side. All right, we have hello, Ten of Cups. Okay, but sometimes it really is all rainbows and smiles. Interesting. I did Taurus before you, and they got the Ten of Cups, and that's what I ended up naming their video because it just felt so right. Ten of Cups, and then we have the High Priestess, it's your intuition. When in doubt, your gut, your first gut feeling can always be trusted. That is the truth. It is mirroring the Seven of Cups, where you're like, okay, which of these cups should I choose? Use your inspiration. It won't let you, or use your intuition. It won't let you down. And by the way, with the Hermit in between the two of them, it just feels like, I feel you feel more sure than ever about certain decisions in your life. And then we have the Two of Wands. So we've had a lot of questions. Seven of Cups of an emotional nature. Two of Pentacles of a logical nature. I feel like the Seven of Cups is speaking about romance, but I do feel like something ended. Um, but listen, if that's the case, it's only so something new can begin because we have the Ten of Cups here. So I may be leaving a household, what was. And listen, I feel like you've gotten to the point also where like you can take care of yourself. I'm not saying you're rich by any means, maybe you are, but what I'm saying is I feel like you've come to this point where first of all, I feel like you feel guided. You feel there's something you really want to bring to the world. And there may be other people who have disagreed with it or what have you. But I feel like you're coming back to yourself anyways. And then from the Eight of Cups, right? So, the clearing of that emotional house so that I can really start living life the way I want. And then into the Nine of Pentacles, success within your pentacles, right? It is because of the work that you put in, right? If I'm willing to work hard, then it's saying you'll have success. And I love the Temperance is right next to that. By the way, I should say Temperance is the card of Sagittarius. I don't know if I said that. Um, but then you have the Two of Wands under Temperance. So Temperance is saying, I want you to heal as much as you can from what was, so that when you begin on this next journey, and that's what the Two of Wands is, it's the next crossroad, it's the next opportunity. I happen to love the Two of Wands because I feel like it's a very passionate journey. It's a desirable, but it is action oriented. Your decisions decide your future here, nothing else. Your decisions. How true. Your intentions. I always say your intentions are nine tenths of the law, right? If my intention is, well, in the Two of Wands, there's no fear. And I feel like, I keep seeing her like sitting at this table, like her coffee table, and I feel like her sage is clearing the air. Her I want to say magic eight ball, but it's not a magic eight ball. Um, that kind of ages me. Why can't I think of it? Her crystal ball. It's like I had to look at it. what do I want to do next? Where do I want to go? I feel like you're looking at this like there are no limitations. And that's exactly what the high priestess is saying. Follow your gut, take a chance. And if you feel this is what you want, then take that action. It's like cross the threshold. Doesn't mean I have to go from 2 to 10. Just cross the threshold. And I feel like divine helps take care of the rest. Just means to me that you'll be guided. It's in the same row as the 10 of Cups. So, 10 of Cups, the house of harmony, love, laughter, joy. Doesn't mean that there's no hardships. It just means that everyone is working together on the same page. Or if any problems arise, I'm not running out the door, they're not running out the door. I feel like it talks about commitment. And I feel like, if love is what you're looking for, then you are looking for that commitment. Someone who, I feel like I don't have to worry about. I don't have to worry about. So I feel like Temperance is saying, now it's time for action. Got the bomb and put it to use. Choo. All right, we have the Queen of Swords. Chances are this is you. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, by the way. Replace your self doubt with self confidence. I like that. Replace your self doubt with self confidence. Queen of Wands, I'm sorry. Queen of Wands. Um, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But doesn't have to be. I feel like it's you. It's probably why I said the Queen of Swords. I do feel like it's you. But I also love that the Queen of Wands is sitting right next to the Two of Wands. So I feel like I'm going. I'm doing whatever this is opening up for me. I'm going. I'm going to do it. All right, what else we have here? Well, hello, Knight of Cups. So, Knight of Cups to me is an unexpected cup of fulfillment. I can't really plan for it other than think about my own vibration, right? Think about the law of attraction. Maybe in the Two of Wands is where I'm starting to say, you know what? I feel like I'm open again. You know, I've healed previous relationships. I've understand them. I understand them to a point, right? As much as I really need to. I feel like, in the Four of Swords, I am also looking at myself within relationships. Why? Because I want to know me, right? I want to know, listen, I want to know if there's patterns in my life. If I tend to attract the wrong person or I'm attracted to a certain type of person that doesn't really suit me. Unexpected couple fulfillment. This may be all of a sudden I'm feeling like this could be someone that is so outside your norm. Interesting. Outside your norm. See what it says. Romanticize the present moment every chance you get. So it is like you're saying to the universe, okay, I'm ready. I'm open. I'm healed. I'm healed enough. I'm ready for movement. And then with the Knight of Cups comes really the perfect king or queen. She is showing as a queen. But to me, look at that little, first of all, look at the little birdie on the windowsill. I feel like that's representing your spirit guides. Not only that, I feel like it's like I have my window open, right? I want like this fresh air, this freshness to come in, right, into my life. And I feel like this bird is like almost like your spirit guide getting you ready, opening that part of you up. I feel like that open window is definitely representing you to the universe. Hmm. Like I'm open. Always compose yourself before giving a response. Hmm. Interesting. Not exactly what I would say with the king, but that's okay. So you have the Ten of Cups, Two of Wands, Knight of Cups, unexpected. What's it over? The High Priestess, unexpected, but I feel like, again, like this birdie, like you're gonna know, you're gonna feel. And that's the thing. I feel like because we're in the wands down here, I'm not in a fear based type energy. So I'm more open to universal signs, probably more than ever. I feel like because I have the clarity that I really needed, and because I'm willing to let go of the things that just didn't work out. And, I don't feel like you even know the Ten of Cups exists yet. I feel like it's about the journey to it, and I feel like it's finding oneself and then finding another. All right, let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. We have the Three of Swords. So there's our emotional nature, that I feel like our emotional situation, I feel like we're overcoming. So Three Swords, it is heartache, right? It's at the bottom of the deck though. So it's the energy that wants to leave. It says it's okay to cry. And maybe that's what I'm doing on my bed. I'm crying and I'm letting all those emotions out. I'm not going to try to hold them in. I'm going to let it out. But then the Four of Swords, we're going to heal that broken heart. I feel like Divine is saying we're going to heal that broken heart one way or another. Five of Cups underneath that. So something may have happened that, you know, I don't want to say it was against your wishes, but there was some type of change. Whether I asked for it or I didn't ask for it, I still feel like I suffered the pain of it. But that was then. This is about what's next, what's now. All right, let's bring in the Gilded Tarot and let's break this baby down. It's interesting because I think you are the fourth sign. I think it Pisces, Aries. Yeah, you're the fourth sign. And I feel like everyone got the Ten of Cups in this bottom row. Now, I just so happen to love that the Ten of Cups is sitting next now to the Knight of Cups, unexpected cup of fulfillment, but then your intuition is underneath that. So even though it's unexpected, I feel like I can feel. Why? Because my mind's clear now. All right, let's start, and I'm going to bring these to the side. Let's start at the beginning, but we're going to read it as a whole. So we're looking at the Patient Witch, Seven of Cups, Four of Swords, and the Eight of Cups. We have the Two Swords over the Patient Witch, and then we have the Three of Pentacles over the Seven of Cups. Some of you are trying to make a decision about about your money, about your craft, whether you can be successful at it. I feel like the answer is yes because it's showing us that. But I do feel like there is an energy of also needing to believe in myself. It's interesting because right before it is the Two of Swords, it's almost like I'm blocking. Maybe I'm blocking that part of me. Maybe that part, maybe this uniqueness that lies within me has been blocked. Whether I've blocked it or other people have blocked it, I still have to claim, if other people have blocked it, I need to reclaim my space. If I'm blocking it, then I need to understand why. Why would I do that? Well, I feel like because maybe I'm uncertain whether I'll truly be successful. Is this path even made for me? And I feel like this is answering that question in Three of Pentacles. Doing something that is uniquely yours. And when I say that, I don't mean that other people don't do it. It's just you. It's like you are, you bring something unique to the table. This may be something completely different than you even thought. But I feel like the hermit is a big part of that. And so is temperance. If I'm wondering what other people see it the way I see it, the answer is yes. Because this is the energy of other people admiring what you do, even if they don't speak it. But I feel like this is you kind of getting lost in your craft if you allow yourself. At this point, I feel like, you know, it's almost like temperance is saying, until you believe in yourself, my dear, then you limit yourself. And the energy that is opening for you really has no limits. So that's part of why we've asked you to be patient, right? We need you to be grounded, allow yourself to overcome the things that didn't work out, those who broke your heart. Like I don't want to give that energy all my attention. I want to start thinking about me again. And temperance is like, that's exactly what we're waiting for. And the Three of Pentacles is being mirrored by your intuition with the Hermit in between. Come on. Again, trusting, right? Trusting your intuition. Some of you, you're using your intuition, in your work life, and as you should. Some of you, again, it feels like spiritual based businesses, but will I be successful? I feel like if you're willing to put the work in, and I feel like a lot of this is coming from your experiences, those that you have overcome. Even if I'm not completely healed, that healing will continue. I don't feel like healing is a one-time thing. I feel like we need to heal often. And then we have the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. My little risk taker. This is someone who does take chances and they don't all work out. But this is someone who gets back up again. And I feel that like be strong should be out here. Like I pull myself up and do what needs to be done. So I simply feel like, yes, something didn't work. But now it's like picking yourself back up again because there's newness on the horizon. And I do feel like with the Page of Wands showing, especially married down here by the Two of Wands, that I do feel like you're saying yes. And this page is looking right back at the Three of Pentacles. So it's like your uniqueness to something. Is it real? It's almost like you're asking yourself that, is it real? And the answer is yes. I feel like normally you are someone who takes chances, but then this Two of Swords feels like, and it's only the Two of Swords, it's not the Eight of Swords. But I feel like, it's like divine giving you time to understand that, right? That Two of Swords, how I can block opportunities. And why would that be? Well, the person's wearing a blindfold, so there's just something they don't want to face, And I feel like when we don't face it, it makes the problem bigger, or we think it makes the problem bigger and bigger and bigger. Sometimes we're afraid to take that blindfold off because we're afraid what we're going to see. And it's like, but hello, what if what you see is beautiful? All right, Four of Swords again. It's almost like It's almost like the one who's been healing has now become the healer. The one, it's like doctor heal thyself. The one who has been healing has now become the healer. Page of Cups over the Two of Pentacles. Ten of Wands over the Hermit. Okay, so first of all, Ten of Wands over the Hermit tells me that something was too much, anyways. So whatever the Three of Swords, wherever it's coming from, it feels like it was too much, too much, too much. You may want to ask yourself, like, do I have the tendency to carry the brunt of the responsibility on my shoulders? Am I holding people accountable? If I'm not, like, why do I insist on carrying all the weight? Now, I also feel that Ten of Wands talks about a period of time when there was a lot of responsibilities. And, it could talk about a period of time when your children were small. Like again, it feels like all the responsibility that falls on your shoulders. So the hermit taking a deep dive and really looking at that, it's like if you're someone who tends to give, 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 but you're not receiving back, even if it's from someone who I think I love, but I'm not receiving in the way that truly you deserve, then I got to look at that. Why do I want to stay? Why do I want that to continue to be a part of my life? Not only that, but I feel like an opportunity potentially blocked, but that comes from a fear-based mind. And I feel like that fear-based mind, like where the doubt lies, I feel like other people may have put that in you, made you feel that way. But it's just not the truth. If anybody's put limits on you, well, I don't know. I just don't feel like, how can they stay in my life? Because you really need to be limitless. And that is what well, let's say your guardian angel is saying, loving thyself, right? And to love thyself, that means that I've got to know myself. That means that no matter what anybody else has said, you're unlovable or you won't be successful or this or that. You've got to trust within yourself. I feel like your inner child was injured and I do feel like for a period of time, like I'm trying to make choices and decisions from an injured child type mentality, and that's difficult. But I do feel like a lot of that was illusionary. And what I mean is, I feel like someone else was casting that illusion upon you because I feel like none of that is true. All right, let's keep going. I feel like Gemini, we open the reading in one way, and I feel like it's like the remnants of 2023 kind of lingering, right? And I feel like your guides are saying that's where you need to cut, like, you need to cut ties to what wasn't serving you, cut ties to those who put limits on you because you're an unlimited being. Cut ties to those who are telling you you can't be successful. That's not true. That's not true. If somebody is not loving you in the way you deserve, then know that and then seek the one that does deserve you. Eight of Cups, right over Temperance. So, does Temperance feel like, you know, Temperance's message is saying that this Eight of Cups, and listen, sometimes we just skirt right over the Eight of Cups, but the Eight of Cups is our emotional house, and if our emotional house is a mess, our life is a mess. So this is like cleaning out that, what doesn't need to be any longer. Um, and then trusting yourself. Again, healing is all over the place, but so is the energy of moving on from the things that didn't serve you. Eight cup, as above, so below, no beginning, no end. I have a feeling it's talking about somebody down here. Feels like potentially, I'm saying potentially, but I already know it's a soulmate energy. Even though soulmates haven't come out yet, but I know it. I feel it. I feel it. And I feel like, now listen, I'm not going to say it can't be someone from your past, but it's not this person. It's not the person who's put like all the responsibilities on your back and then broke your heart anyway. Not that person. And when I say someone of your past, it can certainly mean past lives because again, I feel like as love is related, I do feel like it's talking about a soulmate, if not a twin flame type energy. But listen, this is not just about love, Gemini. This is telling you that, again, it's like you've been healed and now you've become the healer, or you're becoming the healer. You're helping others deal with their own emotional houses, let's say. I feel like the Four Swords mirroring that Two Swords, it's even healing of the mind, my thought process. Hello, Ten of Pentacles. Come on, right over the Nine of Pentacles. Abundance. Wow. I mean, I felt a lot of people were changing houses for 2024, and boy, does it look like. First of all, let's not even go there yet, because I feel like with the Nine of Pentacles into the Ten of Pentacles, if you're doing something from home, man, I feel like it can be so successful. Now, it doesn't have to be from your home, um, but I feel like, I don't know, Gemini, I just feel like there is something that this makes so much sense for 2024 because I do feel like you are going to find yourself quite abundant. Now, again, does that mean rich? I don't know. It depends on how you measure. Like, I feel you're rich. Now, I don't know if that means you're rich in money, but I feel like you just feel rich. Ten of Pentacles usually means there's someone else there. So let's see what else we got. Look at this temperance again. I mean, divine all through your reading. Don't deny her. She's coming over the Ten of Cups. Divine timing. Right over the Ten of Cups. Like, fear not, my child. This Ten of Cups is for you, as is the Ten of Pentacles. I mean, you want to talk about a changed life. Gemini, even though we began the reading with a little bit of hardship, I have to say, I feel like ultimately this is one of your best readings. Or another way of putting it, I feel like this is where there just feels like there's so much potential. Look at this, Ten of Cups again, sitting next to the Ten of Cups, coming over the High Priestess, next to the Ten of Cups, but also next to Temperance. We have the Tower. Now, I don't want you to fear that Tower because it's coming over the Two of Wands. So that just means something's changed. Something changed. Maybe, listen, maybe something changed here. It's not something I asked for. But lo and behold, look at the abundance because of that change that follows. It's almost like if I feel like if this person who caused the Three of Swords was to stay, now that's completely up to you, but they get a chunk of your hard work, of your abundance, and I don't feel like they deserve it. So this Tower, because I do feel like something, again, someone may have broken up with you, and you may have thought it was the worst thing in the world, but then you allow yourself to heal, reflect upon it, reflect upon how you've retreated, all that, and then start to understand, well, that's not how I want my life to look. So this Tower, a disruption, right? It's a disruption within one's life. But the Two of Wands being under that, it's only starting you on a new path. And it's a path of wonderment and desire, all of that. So thank you, Tower. I swear, sometimes I've been feeling this lately, like there are towers that we are going to turn around and eventually thank. Like without that tower, I would have been stuck back in that Three of Swords, and maybe it just would have kept on happening. I feel like you needed to trust within yourself above all. Oh, we got two cards over here. We have the Four of Pentacles with the King of Pentacles. So, you got a lot of Pentacles. King of Pentacles certainly represent a Virgo. We got two Virgo cards, Taurus or Capricorn. But it doesn't have to mean any of that. This could certainly be, let's talk about this king, because this king is someone who, when they look at life or they look at a situation, they look at it from the big picture down, right? They're seeing it, all aspects of it from the big picture down. This King of Pentacles in the upright is normally a very loyal person. I already know some of you are going to be like, well, that's bullshit. Well, it depends on each and every person. But ultimately, I mean, I'm a Virgo and I am very loyal. Like, and I'll tell you why I'm loyal, because when I was married, I was cheated on all the time and I had plenty of chances to cheat, but my morals is what stopped me. It's my morals that stopped me. And I'd be like, damn you morals. You know what I mean? I had to leave. That was the only answer. Cheating. being part of being a cheater wasn't the answer for me. And I don't feel like it's the answer for you. So ultimately, I do feel like because this king is mirroring temperance, so I feel like this is saying that this is bringing someone into your life and you into their life, by the way. They need you as much as you need them. So I do feel the loyalty here. And I love that the Ten of Pentacles is right above them. Why? Because I feel like this is someone who has their own money. They don't need your money. Doesn't mean they don't appreciate what you do and how you make your money. I feel like all of that will be part of it. Like they'll appreciate all parts of you. But I feel like they themselves are someone who I feel like is fine with their money. This may be someone who also works from home. I'm saying also, it doesn't mean I know you don't all work from home, but you all do have the opportunity of abundance, and again, it's about following your instincts. It starts with the Three of Pentacles, really, that first decision, but believing within you and your uniqueness, even if the rest of the world doesn't. This is saying eventually they will. The right people will. The right people will. So thank you, Tower. Some of you, this king could live right in your own town. Like right in your own town. I don't know why that's a surprise. Back when I was growing up, it's usually the only way you met someone, or unless you went to, a concert. uh, you met them in your hometown. But now you have social media and all that. But I feel like this is more about someone who lives, let's just say, in the vicinity of you. All right. I want to also bring in the Knight of Cups and the King of Cups. And let's just look at them. We have Justice, Carta Libra first. Let's get talk about a divorce. You may have divorced someone, or you may have cut ties with someone, whether I planned it or I didn't plan it. Ultimately, when justice shows up in a reading, it's about making you whole again. It's what's fair and just to you. But yeah, ties may have been cut. And at the time, maybe I didn't, it hurt and all that. But again, down the road, I feel like you're like, thank God. Thank God. And then we have the Six of Swords. So this tells me whatever you've been around was toxic to you anyway. And I say that because when I see the Six of Swords, you got to go back one card to the Five of Swords. That's where all the toxicity lies. I feel like fives gives us an opportunity to change. Whether we accept it or not is up to us. But here, you are. Funny, a siren just went off. And I'm just taking what I need. It also makes sense because, if you're dealing with someone again who has broken your heart over and over again, but what you really want is true love, real love, loyalness, someone who's loyal, someone who has their own money, well, that's what all lies ahead. But I got to get there. Six of Swords is a great action to take. It is crossing these choppy waters, but it's very temporary because ultimately you're going to new horizons. Now we're looking at the Knight of Cups, unexpected couple fulfillment, and then the King of Cups. So I feel like wherever it is you arrive to, whether that mean physically or just mentally or intuitively, that's where I feel like this person also lies. Okay, let's pick that up. Because I want to come back And um, you have the Ten of Cups so close together, right? Two tens, two ten cups with your intuition and divine timing, all part of it. So I feel like I just want to take a couple cards on that. What do I even name this? I mean, look at the abundance from the Nine of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles. Look at the love. Two tens of Pentacles, divine all through your reading. Nine of Pentacles. You know, it makes sense to me. First of all, the Nine of Pentacles is before all of that. And I feel like what it's saying is you becoming this independent soul. You know, you being able to take care of you above all. I feel like it's an important thing, especially if I had to rely on someone else. And I know that energy too, where you had to rely on someone else and then they screw you over. Well, then you're screwed, right? So it's like a lesson. It's a lesson I learned. Like, I have to make sure no matter who I'm in a relationship that I can always take care of me. So I feel like that's exactly what you're doing. Some of you are connected to a Virgo. We keep getting a lot of Virgo energy here. But we also get a lot of Sagittarius's energy. And then I'm thinking, well, there's probably more, right? We have the King of Pentacles, we have the King of Cups, we have the Queen of Wands, and then look at this, the Three of Wands. You know, this says be optimistic about your future, knowing that your ships, your gifts, these pentacles, this Ten of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, will all find you in its given time. But it's also talking about the way you're looking at life now. This is looking at your life through an optimistic view, with an optimistic view. This person's looking right at the ships, right? Like, I know these ships will come in, but I know they'll come in divine timing. That's why you keep seeing temperance. It's all about divine timing. This person is living in the present moment, but I'm excited about my future now. Listen, even if I don't know what it all means, right? Like, maybe I don't know that I have the potential to go, well, let me take that back because I feel like you know now you have this potential, but maybe I don't know that it exists yet. Or the Ten of Cups. This is just saying, I know the right love will come in divine timing. I know my gifts will open in divine timing. I just need to be present. And being present is where you really receive your messages, your signs. You know, remember, you are assigned a whole spiritual team, including a guardian angel, before you even walked on this earth. Let them be part of your life because I feel like that's what they want to do. They want to help direct you. You know, this may have been free will energy up here, and listen, that's part of it, right? I've made ridiculous free will choices. Um, and some of them have taken me time to learn, but ultimately I did learn. So I feel like Gemini, this is a great energy. First of all, if you're working from home, I feel like, wow, abundance. Second of all, I feel like if you're a healer in any way, and it may just be naturally who you are, but now you may be using it in a different way. It feels right. I feel like for your love, I don't feel like this is someone here I could trust in. But now I feel like you're finding the right person. You know, listen, we've got to remember that, you know, just think back to some of the relationships you've been in. And sometimes when it ends, it feels like, oh my God, that's the end of me. But then, lo and behold, someone new enters your life. That's what this is talking about. It's unexpected. But when I say unexpected, I feel like it's when you're ready, truly ready, right? When I can give all of me and expect that in return, I feel like it shall be yours. Huh. I feel like this is your best reading in a long time, even though, again, I know it opens up with a little bit of, well, some heartache, some, a little bit of fear blocking potentially opportunities. I feel like once I start to clear all that energy, I allow this healing to take place. I go deep. I ask those questions. What is it I want for my life? I feel like some of you are being healed, and I feel like as you're being healed, you're receiving epiphanies that you yourself are a healer. I feel like whatever it is you decide to build financially, it's showing you that if you're willing to put the work in, success will be yours. And I feel like it's important. Listen, I'm not saying you need to have success before love, but I feel like it's saying that you are on your way of becoming this independent spirit. Or, well, yes, and your vibration is lifting. That is the law of attraction. If I am manifesting from a lower energy, that's what's going to come back to me. But now that I have the clarity that I need, it automatically raises your vibration. Once I start to trust within my own intuition and divine, it raises your vibration. It's like your spirit guides just have the perfect person in mind and the perfect opportunities. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it there. Let's watch. Let's read Patience. Patience. God's timing is perfect, as this card reminds you. When you pray for help, that request is heard and answered. If your prayers involve other people, their free will decisions influence the timing of the outcome. Heaven knows this and devises ingenious solutions that arrive at exactly the right time. You receive this card as a reminder to have patience with God's plans and solutions. If you try to control, force, or push your own agenda, you may miss out on an infinitely better alternative. Ask Mother Mary to help you demonstrate her infinite patience and trust in God's timing. Everywhere it's saying that. Caring. Heaven cares for me, and I keep my heart open to caring about myself, others, and the world. Amen. I'm going to leave it there, Scorpio. Or Scorpio. That's weird. What is this, Scorpio? Some of you might be Scorpio. I don't know. That's just weird. It's a Scorpio all of a sudden. Anyways, I think I am going to go live tomorrow. So if you want to catch me live, and again, it's just where you can ask whatever you want to ask. Have your notifications on, because I'll put it'll be a link under the community section. So I just want to remind you of that. Otherwise, I just want to thank you. I check out your year in review. Again, it's January, February, March. And then I did do if you're in a current relationship, there are current feelings for you. But I have a feeling for a lot of you, this is talking about what's next. Who's next? Not only that, but this person just feels not only abundant within their own material world, but I feel like abundant within their heart. And you deserve that. All right. I'm going to let that be. Oh, I should give a shout out to Sam's daughter-in-laws. They're both Geminis. And I, Gemini moon. So, anyways, I love you guys. I thank you. Can't wait to read your comments. It's funny. It's like this is the time where I'm starting to think about your title, and I'm like, oh my gosh, how do I get all of this in a title? I think long and hard about your titles, just so you know. I try to give you the clues as to what your reading is. So, anyways, I love you guys. I thank you. And I'll see you next time at our table. Bye bye.